One.
Hello, hello. We are back with Gamebound, playing some masks here.
Who's always saying hello quicker these days to try to...
Well, yeah.
Part of me wonders if he waits for you to say one before he unmutes.
I have done that a couple of times. I will just say that. But I didn't want to do it every time because eventually you would have figured it out. If I'd waited a whole long time before saying hello, yeah, it would have been noticeable eventually. So.
Mixing it up.
I'll mix it up. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so we're here.
Okay, so really quick to our audience, I would just like to point out that I was not allowed to kill our enemies, but our enemies were allowed to do this magic voodoo thing where they could take away my superpowers. How is that fair?
I would just like to say, everything that has happened in this session so far has been foreshadowed. That's all.
The power's getting taken away?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yes, it was. When Phoenix went inside the when she phased inside the what's it called? The armored truck. She suddenly couldn't phase out again. Yep.
I'm passed out. I can't.
This is the world I created, guys. The world, whatever.
Hey, and you guys were the thing. You guys were the ones who created the warp portal thing. So I
regretted that as soon as you brought it up again. I'm like, oh, frick, what did I do?
Yeah, of course.
Why did I do this?
I was about to say, don't say you guys created it. Us guys did not.
Because, like, I mean,
it was a certain guy who created it.
What kind of GM would I be if you say that there is something greater happening here, and there was a villainous portal wielding guy who got remixed out the first time, and neglect to bring it all up again? Like,
I figured it was the Skull dude that was here with them.
No, he's a new guy.
Now there's 3 of them.
Exactly. So, y'all are staring at a situation. What do you do?
I'm passed out.
Is there still a portal that's open?
Nope.
Oh. Well.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Well, we're really not working as a team. The only person that was working like as a team is now unconscious.
I mean, yeah, you could attempt to wake him up. You could directly engage the enemy. Technically, people can spend team. There's definitely one of those left. To shift up and down labels if they want to be more dangerous.
I would like to fly up and try and use my super speed to crash down upon the guy who came through the portal.
Black Star.
Yeah. Or no, he has that crazy armor on.
He does, yeah.
So not him. I would like to use my super speed to try and crash down on the cleanser.
Cleanser, yeah. Okay,
yeah,
Did they appear on the bridge again?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll danger, Phoenix, to directly engage a threat. Let's see how that goes. Oh, nice. Perfect. So what happens is you soar down, and Cleanser, he just puts back on his skull mask, and he, and like basically just punches you with like dark energy, and you just go flying up into the air. Go ahead and roll on your conditions marked, and we'll see how hard a blow that was.
No.
Oh, perfect.
That was +0.
Yeah, I know. Rough.
Okay, let me see what's gonna happen.
Yeah. So choose one from the
We're
first
gonna
list,
die.
or 2
That's
from the
what's
second
gonna
list.
happen. TPK.
Take a powerful blow. I would like to... I would like to lose control of myself or my powers in a terrible way.
Awesome. I was hoping you would say that.
Oh no, that means we are gonna die.
Cool. So let me take a look here. What powers you have?
It's the most character
Super
developing
speed,
thing.
regeneration, phasing, speed reading / learning, air manipulation, flight, and godlike beauty. I guess we forgot to mention the godlike beauty.
I'm super beautiful.
Yeah.
Speed reading / learning. That would be a great one to go out of control.
What?
I just start reading everything uncontrollably. I can't do anything. I'm just engrossed in reading.
He picks up the kissing mimic.
I was say the godlike beauty. I'm just so beautiful.
Man.
Somebody give me a
Chance
mirror.
my
I
enemy.
must look at myself.
So obviously what happens is her air manipulation goes out of control because that's the easiest one to have go out of control. And so what ends up happening is we see you like go off into the distance being pushed back by this like dark energy, and then we see the little twinkle, right, like of like you blast it off, yeah,
Again.
yeah. And then clouds start appearing. They start like coming in like swirling in a vortex, and then suddenly it just starts raining, and then suddenly there's lightning everywhere in like a span of like 20 or 30 seconds. Yeah, and then we see Phoenix, like, just the audience does, you know, you guys don't, in the center of this like tornado lightning storm thing, like eyes glowing, like
I was about to say, am I like, my arms are back and like my head is
exactly
back, and my
just
hair
like
is all crazy and my eyes are glowing blue and
yes,
I have all the power coming from my
that's
fingers.
definitely what's happening. Yeah.
Excellent.
And yeah, so that's happening. And so
Also, question, what happens when I reach full potential?
let's take a look, shall we?
Because I have 4 right now out of 5.
Yeah. I was wondering that myself, honestly. Let's see.
A lot different things can happen.
Yeah.
Where is that? Is that
Sorry, trying to find it. I don't know if it's in I think it's just in the like core book.
Oh, okay.
It's under advancement.
Is that in peripheral?
In peripheral, it just says when someone permanently loses influence over you under advancement.
No, Caleb, it's on their first page under potential. It says advancement. When you fill your
Oh.
track, you
Oh, yeah,
advance
for the playbooks.
to
Yeah.
on the following list.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Ooh, you could unlock your moment of truth. It's a cool thing.
Ooh, or I could just take another move from a different playbook.
You could, yeah.
Okay, we can continue because I don't have that yet.
So, we see this starting to happen, and so this is gonna like escalate the scene as it continues to like this crazy storm happens. Lightning starts raining down on the situation. Jasmine, what do you do?
Well,
What a-
one
what a
of my
sitch.
teammates is unconscious. The other's up in the sky in a tornado.
I've been here before.
Well, let me see here. Let me see what I can do. Are they doing anything to me? Like, what are the other people doing?
I mean, yeah, they probably just turn to you then, and then I think like Black Star tries to make like basically makes a portal and like shoves it at you.
Okay, I would like to use my moat. So spend 1 burn to create a barrier that will hold back threats as long as you keep your attention on it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So what does that look like? Like, how are you doing this? Is it just like?
So you said like a portal comes towards me.
Mm-hmm.
How do you block the portal?
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I guess I just create like an air barrier, maybe keep it like away. But it's not
so
really...
it like dissipates. It dissipates like as it like hits it, gets ripped apart. And so yeah, they're like looking at you. They're like, so like holding this like wind barrier in front of you. And it's kind of difficult to do because the air currents are like going so crazy. But you're barely managing to do it as long as you keep your focus on it. Yeah, and so I think like rewind, he's like snaps a couple times and like it goes against your barrier and just kind of like dissipates again. You just have to like keep your focus on it. He looks to Cleanser and he says, "Yeah, I think this is your job." And then Cleanser starts to like focus his energy, and you think he's gonna do another one of those like bursts or whatever. So what do you do?
Okay. I want to directly engage the Cleanser.
Okay, yeah. Sure. Roll that danger.
Okay. Because I'm not afraid. I just want to do something really, really something to get rid of my insecurity. Yeah, so I think I just like start punching fire at him.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, no, you said it's raining though.
I mean, you can still do it. It's fine.
No, it's fine. I want to turn the water into ice and then like ice daggers.
Sure. Yeah, so we start seeing you like gather like water in front of you, right? Like from the rain, and then suddenly it splits into like daggers and then turns to ice and
it's that one scene from Avatar.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Okay. Danger, here we go. Yes!
Oh,
nice.
Finally, my
Awesome.
first success of the whole night.
So, on a hit trade blows, on a 10+, pick 2. Oh, so I guess technically what happened, Nanny, I forgot about this. You did hurt Remix in the process of that. You did do something because you hit, right? So, so like you stabbed him once, and so he is bleeding.
Okay, so I hit him, and then I get to pick 2.
Yeah, two options from that directly engage a threat list. And so if you don't choose resist or avoid their blows, you will
be unconscious like me. Maybe.
Okay. Take something from them. Create. Okay, so what? Can I at least know this? Like, how did he create the energy thing? Was it a thing that he's holding, or is it just a power that he has?
I mean, it's probably just the power that he has. Would you like to make a assess the situation roll with Superior to try to like figure out more?
No, I really don't. I just want to know.
Well, you can't just know.
Why not?
Because that's how the game works. Just tell me things.
Please, just give me some little nuggets of wisdom. Okay. I mean, I wish I could create an opportunity for my allies, but there's no real opportunity.
I mean, you could definitely do that. You could still do it.
Oh, wait, I missed something, Caleb. It says under label at character creation, add +1 wherever you choose.
Oh.
Yeah, because your label should be a 3.
I was wondering why mine weren't. Okay, that explains a lot. My stats have been low this entire time.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, go ahead and add 1.
Oh, wait, mine too.
Yours not add to 3?
No.
Oh, yeah, add 1 somewhere, I guess. If that's what it
is. Oh, yeah.
That's it on the playbook.
I could have had less sucky stats.
I guess I'll add it to Freak.
Sorry,
okay.
That's my bad. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
I was wondering why it wasn't adding up to 3 and it said it should.
Yeah.
It's all right. Whatever. Okay, sorry. Let me figure out what I'm gonna do.
I don't think it would help.
Obviously, I am going to resist or avoid their blows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do that. And then I wish I knew if he had something on him or if it was just his powers.
I mean, so the only thing of significance on him, he has the skeleton bodysuit and then he has a skull mask. So know. I mean, you could take the skull mask, I guess.
I want to take his skull mask.
Okay, yeah, sure. So, I mean, what does this look like? You're like shooting ice daggers at him, right? Oh, so I guess you just like hit the skull mask off of him. Like,
Yeah.
You break it. Yeah. So it's like ice dagger, ice dagger, ice dagger to the face, and then like it's like being pushed up his face, right? And you do one more ice dagger, like spins off into the like off.
And then the wind
bridge.
blows it away.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I think he like looks back at you and he seems like angry. He's like, "How dare
Do I recognize
you?"
him?
I mean, he's had his mask up before, so you would have recognized him before, but no, yeah, you don't.
Can I get rid of insecure?
What do you have to to get rid of insecure?
Take full-heartedly actions without talking to your team.
I mean, I don't know if it was necessarily foolhardy. Like, it doesn't seem like a very foolhardy thing to just attack the people who are attacking you.
I'll just keep my 3 conditions on. It's fine, whatever.
I mean, hey, Novas are good with conditions. Like, that's their thing. They want to be angry and stuff, because then they can.
I'm not angry though. I'm guilty, insecure, and hopeless.
Guilty, insecure, and hopeless. Oh boy. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What happened?
So that happened, yeah. And then I think at this point we see Darkstar as you've been like fighting with this guy. I think Remix actually is the one who he goes over and like during the fighting you didn't notice that Remix went over and grabbed Nanidu. Like he with his sound waves like leapt over. I guess it just happens now. Like he leaps over the whole situation into the like ranks of the police, and then like has Nanidu. Like he grabs him and like does one of those where he's like pointing like a finger gun at his head, right? And yeah, he looks at you and he's like, "I think it's time to put down your proverbial weapons there."
I don't have any weapons.
Yeah, exactly. Proverbial. So like your powers is the idea.
Oh. Okay.
And a lightning bolt hits the water just dramatically to frame the scene.
Okay. I mean, obviously I want to charge up my powers.
Okay, yeah, you want to burn?
Yeah.
Burn, baby, burn.
So when you charge up your powers, roll plus conditions you currently have marked.
Yeah, so just, I mean, go ahead and just roll the conditions roll thing there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but don't I also get my label of freak? Or no?
No. In this situation, it's just rolling plus conditions.
Okay.
Whoa.
Woof. Nice. Yeah, so hold 3. What do you want to do?
Okay. So I get 3 burns. I want to use
So you want to throw some sick burns at him?
your father was a hamster.
Your
Mother smelt of elderberries.
Actually, I think it's the opposite, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why it's so insulting. He's like, that's not the right quote. How dare you?
I'm insulted that you quote Monty Python incorrectly.
Exactly. I mean, that's how I would be.
So he's holding up a fake air gun.
I mean, you've seen him be able to shoot sound waves with his fingers. So the idea is that he could like blow his brains out with his fingers.
I see. That he's gonna snap his fingers and it's just gonna go.
Yep.
Okay, then here's what I want to do. I want to use shielding. So spend 1 burn to defend someone else from an immediate threat. I don't know if that works.
Rolling plus freak instead of plus savior.
Right.
Yeah. So you basically want to roll right now to defend someone with your abilities, and roll plus freak.
Right.
Yeah. Do it.
Oh no.
my gosh.
Team point.
There's technically 1 team point left if someone would like
There's
to
only
spend it.
1 team point left. Do I really want to use it on this?
I'm gonna use it on her, so she doesn't have a choice.
Exactly. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So you got a 7 and 9. So in this case, defend. At a 7 9, it costs you. You expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation. So I think what happens is you do this, right? You defend your Nenny. So he. Yeah.
What I was picturing was that I'd create like an air like barrier between them and like force them apart.
Yeah. So I think that's what happens, right? Like you do that. He like pushes away. And he like tries to like snap, but it just like goes off somewhere, right? And Remix like hits a car and like slumps down. And Nenny like hits the ground too, and he's like still out. But in this time, in your distraction, Cleanser and Darkstar have managed to sneak up on you. And so yeah, they're right there, and they they're like literally directly behind you, and they just like slam into you basically. Like I think Darkstar like grabs like from his like armor, from like a chest plate, he's like, and he grabs like this like pole and like goes out and becomes like a big hammer. And like you look behind you and you're like, oh crap. And he's like there with his giant hammer. He just like and just hits you with a giant hammer. So go ahead and roll to take a powerful blow. Roll plus conditions marked. And, yeah, we'll see how much this hurts.
Can I roll moat?
Let's see, what does that do?
We'll use 1 burn to create a barrier that will hold back threats.
If you spend 2 burn, because G may call for you to spend another burn if the barrier is threatened by particularly powerful enemies. So yeah, if you want to, you technically have 2 burn left.
I do technically have 2 burn left.
But yeah, if you want to spend both of them right now, then you will be saved from taking the blow here.
Well, I still have to roll something though to make sure that succeeds, don't I?
Nope. I'll just let you do it.
Oh, it just lets me do it instantly?
Yeah, I'll let you do it, yeah. In this particular instance, I mean,
you'll be benevolent.
Well, that's the thing. Like it just says spend 1 burn to create a barrier that will hold back threats as long as you keep your attention on it. Which in most cases would have to be preemptive, because this is a reaction. But if you spend 2 burn, I'll let you do that.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do that then.
Okay, yeah. So basically what happens, right, is you throw up the air barrier just in time, right? And or like an earth barrier or something like that, right? And it like slams into you, and you go flying, like hit the guardrail and just like slump down, but like you're just dazed, like you're not actually like really hurt. You just kind of like flew across the map, as it were. Yeah, and so this is the point where Royal Raven steps.
This is the point of no return.
Yes. So we see Royal Raven like kind of stumble over, like she's taking like determined step, like, and she seems obviously still like just dazed and stuff. And she steps over and she like looks at the enemies and she says, "Don't worry, Jazz. I can do this." And she like puts her hand to her forehead. And she concentrates with all of her might, and nothing happens.
Raven, get out of the way! No.
Exactly. Yeah. And then that's the point where Cleanser. No, I think this is the point where Darkstar like just shoots a black hole over. And yeah, she can't do anything. She's like standing there trying to concentrate and failing. And then you see like tears like sliding down her cheeks as she realizes that like she can't do anything. Would you like to do anything? A Phoenix? Would you like to?
Am I able
try to help?
Do
yeah. You can attempt to like.
I'm no longer trapped in the storm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. At this point, like the storm has like you become the storm, and so I think like you're like looking at the whole situation, and you're like, all right, like you kind of have like a little bit of like, sense of like what's happening now. Like you kind of get hold of yourself, and you
would I be able to blow the storm to make lightning hit the
for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I want to do that. Would that be defending, or would that be
that would be defend, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so it's defending plus I have influence over her.
Yep.
11.
Nice. So you keep them safe and choose one.
So it's choosing. Oh, I already have influence and off in condition, so I guess a team point.
Add a team to the pool. Cool. Sounds good. So we see the lightning bolt strike the black hole, right, and just like eviscerate it. Like he just, and then like there's a big explosion right in front of Royal Raven, and then we see another lightning bolt just like hit Darkstar. He like stumbles back, and like his armor's like crackling with electricity. But it's like, yeah, Phoenix is like up there like, nah, don't hurt my sister. Yeah. And Nanny, do I think this is the point where you like come to again?
Oh, okay. I wasn't really paying attention because of that.
Yeah, right. But this is the point where like,
what's happening?
Yeah, exactly. You just kind of like shake yourself awake because like a lightning bolt has just struck a couple times, and you're just like, what is going on? Yeah, it's suddenly raining. There's lightning bolts everywhere, and all the enemies are in front of you.
Out.
Yeah, you were having a really pleasant dream of driving a muscle car, and yeah, it ruined it.
Oh no, that wasn't a dream. So where am I currently? You said like
you're over by the like police cars.
Okay, so you said the one guy tried to grab me, so I wasn't
sure.
But
you're still over in that direction. Yeah.
Okay. Where? So where am I really? I really was zoning out for the past little bit.
That's totally fine. I mean, so yeah, I guess we haven't really been doing like a map of anything that's going on here. So let me kind of draw this out for y'all. So
I know that we were just there were just some defending was happening and everything.
I just electrified the black hole and the guy.
Oh right, because the one girl was like, oh, "I can do this," and then he shot the black hole.
Not just that girl. She has a name.
I don't remember it. Sorry.
So these are the two like lanes of the bridge, right? And so the police cars are bleh. Police cars are like right here. The hole that Jasmine made is like right over here. The villains are like here, and you're like over here by the cars, and then Jasmine is like right here.
Okay.
And Phoenix is up here in the clouds.
I think I exited out of my character sheet, so I just kind of want to go. I think I'm going to do some straight up creeping.
Okay.
Right, how's the move? I may as well use...
for sure. Like, right? Like, you wake up and nobody notices that you wake up. And so you, like, do some straight up creeping. Do it.
I'm gonna have Grape Nut. I was like, Grape Nut, figure out what's going on. So I have him do some reconnaissance for me. Ooh.
Nice. Yeah, what does that move let you do?
So that is... Oh, I get... that's right, the list is right here. On a 10 plus, ask 2. I think I'll go with what's my best way in/out and what happened here recently, just because my character wouldn't know what happened here recently.
Yeah, so you get a sense of what happened, right? Like you're like, oh, Phoenix went into the clouds and she's shooting lightning bolts down. And Jasmine is kind of like beat up and she's like fighting people. And look, Royal Raven tried to use her powers and she can't. And she's crying over there. Oh, that's interesting. And then you're like best way in or out. So this is like what to defeat the villains, right? Like
probably,
best like their weakness sort of thing, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think your best way in at this point would be to, let's see. Hi, whoever wrote that. That's pretty good, honestly.
I had that covered. I just saw that too.
I'm trying to think of what would make sense. I think Best way in or out? I mean, if you take out Darkstar, there's no escape here, right? Like, and it looks like his armor is malfunctioning because of the lightning bolt. So if you can take advantage of that, you might be able to take him out for the count, and then no escape for Remix.
Okay. Oops. So I think if that's the case.
Oh man, I made the mistake of writing on the map, and now everybody was like, "Oh, that's a thing, right?"
Excuse me. Mine is a lovely drawing.
It's true.
Of my
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I didn't do any of that foolishness.
So is the guy who's armor and everything? Is he currently attacking someone?
Well, he was trying to attack Royal Raven, but she Phoenix defended her sister.
So I can't claim defend. Okay. Okay. Is he near a car?
Yeah.
I think I might try to. I don't know if this will count as one. I might try to pull off a ridiculous stunt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna pull out my swords, run up to him, like run up to the nearest car, jump off of it, and try and like stab him with it.
Okay, yeah. So you want to like, so maybe we do one of those things where like, you find one of those old cars, and there's like something that if you stab right here, it will like pop the hood. And so like you like do that, you like slash at it and like pops the hood and you go flying over and like I'll try to stab Darkstar. So yeah, I mean that's directly engaging the threat. So go ahead and roll danger.
And I want to have distraction with Grape Nut.
Sure, yeah. So he's running over and attacking you.
Oh please, we have no hero points. I don't think. Well.
Could be worse.
It's not a fail.
Yeah, so let's see. On a 7 to 9, pick one. So you trade blows. So you could choose to resist or avoid their blows and just deal a blow or do any other things.
I'm debating whether I want to resist or I want to create an opportunity for your allies. I should probably resist or avoid their blows, though, because I don't want to go down again.
Sure, yeah. So you managed to dodge out of the way. You're stabbing, slashing at him, and I think this takes him out. So tell me how that works. What do you do?
I jump up, I do the thing, I pop off the hood, flip around, and kind of just like slice down maybe the middle and like stab.
Oh, so you kill him?
You should take him out.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. Like, you can. That's
if death is an option, I will take it.
Sure. Okay.
I mean, that's a little dark for a kid's teenage show, but okay.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So, you slice down the armor and then you just stab through. And I think there's this moment where you're like, oh crap, I just stabbed someone. Oops.
Batman told me never to kill anybody. But I don't care.
It's like that new edgy Teen Titans show.
Have you guys seen the Pro ZD sketch
about that? No, I haven't. But...
This ain't no Teen Titans Go.
Yeah. Yeah, so you stab him and he slumps down, bleeding out.
I pull out and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think
I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like drop down from the sky and I'm like, what?
Do you actually do that?
I dropped down from the sky and I'm like, Nanu, what did you just do?
This isn't the way.
Should I have an intervention?
I was like, apparently these are sharper than I thought they were.
Yeah, so he stumps out, and I think like Remix is like, how dare you? All right, we're going, little man. We are going. And
wait, I have to add new drives.
Yeah, so I mean, he's gonna try to like take in a deep breath and just like start rapping and sound wave towards you. Yeah, it's a rap battle, guys. It's a rap battle.
Dang it. One of the next drives would have been take down threat all on your own. Well, I didn't take him down all on my own, though. Never mind.
Can I roll up my powers again?
Yeah, do you want to defend Nanny Do from being shot at this guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay, so let's see if I actually manage to get my powers up. So roll condition.
So
okay, so I mark a condition, but I hold 3.
Mm-hmm.
So should I do I should probably do angry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or afraid. Angry or afraid?
I mean, it's either angry that your friend is being attacked or afraid that he's going to be hurt.
Angry.
Mm-hmm. Sounds more right. Cool.
Okay. So yeah, so I want to spend 1 burn point to...
to defend with Freak?
Yes.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay, so I roll Freak.
Yeah, do it.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That is literally, I rolled... Wait, what? How do I get a 0 for my modifier?
Does your condition decrease Freak?
Yeah, you have a condition. You're still hopeless. Yep.
But take some potential.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, this is my first fail that I've gotten on a move. So this is only my first potential. I failed so many other checks, but because this is my only move that I failed.
Yeah.
That's why I've been pushing for my drive.
No, is it not when you just fail rolls because that's basic moves? Every roll you make is a
roll you
basic
make.
Move.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, really? I thought we said it was
and,
just the active moves.
No. It's any roll you make. If you miss. Oh, because I was honestly confused as to what you're saying. That it's
okay. So it's when we roll on a label and on an active move.
Yeah.
I may have a full potential then.
I think I might too. Let's see. I'm gonna go.
I haven't failed enough.
Well, no, I've made one because that first one we made, where we failed right at the beginning.
Yeah, I have 5 now.
Yeah. So you're trying to do. Yeah. You want to do an advancement or whatever. Yeah. Do it.
Oh wait. Was that? Yeah. No, maybe I only... Let's see here. Hold on, I'm going to count one more time.
Yeah, that's just... Okay.
So I think what happens because you miss, though, is... So you try to do, the shell of air thing again, right? So Remix is, shooting at him. But what happens is it works just a little bit too well. And yeah, Nanny, I mean, you get... it doesn't hurt you, the sound waves, but unfortunately you are now stuck in a shell of air that's not going away, and you just fly away as the sound waves push you in off the bridge, and you're now falling in. Actually, I think you're just floating. You're just floating up into the air in the shell of air that's not going away.
Okay. Well, I have 5 potential marks. So, let's see. I can rearrange my labels. I can unlock my moment of truth.
Yeah. Did you see what that is right there?
Yeah, I basically become like a god.
Yeah.
Wait, can we use more than one team point?
Yeah, at a time, yeah.
Because I have a beacon move, because I'm looking over because I just gained 5 too.
Mm-hmm.
It says, when you help a teammate, you can spend a 2 out of the team pool to add +2 to their roll. Oh, to their roll.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what we did already with the pool. That's why I'm confused.
Yeah. Okay, so it must be that you can only spend one at a time then. So for now on, we'll just have to remember that. Yeah, because if that move contradicts it, then yeah, that's what it must be.
Okay. Well.
But yeah, you can totally unlock your moment of truth if you want to.
I mean, I think that would be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Your mind's eye opens and you can see the world around you like never before. You can control it at will with ease. Of course, warping reality tends to have ramifications down the line. But in your moment of godhood, what could you possibly be worried about?
So this is when we truly see Jasmine go into the Avatar state. You see your friend flying away in a shell of air. You see, like, Remix getting angry and just shooting off sound waves and stuff. Like, Phoenix, you're, like, blocking sound waves from Remix. Yeah, like, you see Raven standing there, just, like, crying into her hands. And Jasmine, yeah, you just get ticked. You're just like, nuh-uh, like, this is dumb. Like, we should have been able to defeat this ages ago. And then, yeah, your eyes start glowing. You go full Avatar state. Tell me what that looks like.
I mean, if you've ever seen Avatar, it's really cool.
So, like, all the elements start swirling around you.
Those of you who are watching, you should check out our Avatar The Last Rewatch podcast.
Yeah.
Where we talk about this very thing. Yeah, so, I mean, I think, like, I start, like, floating up in a ball of air, and I just, like, raise up my arm and like bring back Nanadu. Am I saying that right? I get it. Nanadu. I like bring him back, and then just like in this moment of like godhood, just like look at Remix and the cleaver and just like unleash fire out of my mouth.
Yeah, just dragon breath time.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, so you can kill them if you want. It sounds like that's what you're doing.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So, we just see fire everywhere. And it just doesn't stop. It's just fire coming out of Jasmine's mouth. And they get completely incinerated. Like, there's nothing left of all three of them. But
what is happening?
Yeah, the bridge is burning. Like the concrete
is burning. It's a concrete.
No, the concrete is burning.
That's like, not even physically possible.
It is physically possible to make rocks melt.
Only if it's like lava. I'm not breathing out lava.
You're a nova. Of course you're breathing out lava.
No. I am in full control.
No, you're not. That's not what that move says.
It says I control it at will. I am putting out fire.
Fine. Yeah, so like
at will,
you've incinerated. Like, there's just scorched concrete. Like, it is just there's just nothing left of them. But what I think we see happen is like there's this moment where like the rain like just slowly like stops the fire, right? Like just like their incinerated bodies just slowly like puts out the flame. It's just like smoking ashes. And Jasmine, you like come down from your moment of godhood, and you're like just standing there, like, and there's like a bitter taste in your mouth. And yeah, Phoenix, you see like your sister just like crying into her hands. And Nanadu, you just saw your friend burn these people to a crisp.
I just killed someone. I'm still.
Yeah, and I think what happens is. Like, no, you know what? I don't think Raven was crying into her hands anymore. I think actually what happened was she like was just staring at you, Jasmine. And like there's tears on her face, but like she's staring at you in horror. And the police are staring at you in horror.
I'm also staring at you in horror.
Yeah. And the Royal Raven, she seems to like kind of pull herself together a little bit, and she steps forward. And she says, Jasmine? What did you do?
I start crying.
Yeah. So she walks up to you. And, like, there's this moment where it looks like she's gonna, like, try to comfort you. But instead, she, like, grabs you and pins you to the ground. Grabs handcuffs out of her, like, belt. And she handcuffs you. And she says, Jazz, I'm so sorry. I'm placing you into custody under authority of whatever this town's name is. Look it up again. I'm placing you under arrest under the authority of the Anakuksak Police Department. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in court of law. You have the right to an attorney. And then, like, it just fades out.
I was gonna say, I really kind of want. I still have burn points.
I mean, yeah, you could feel free to escalate this if you would like to.
I would like to.
Okay.
Am I allowed to, like, defend against whatever she does to defend my sister?
You can certainly attempt to. Yeah. So, Jasmine, what are you doing exactly?
I would like to use one burn point to create a barrier that will hold back threats as long as you keep your attention on it.
Okay. Yeah.
So I just do that automatically.
Trying to make, like, a shield around yourself. Yeah. So there's this moment, right, where, like, it looks like she's gonna, like, comfort you or whatever, and you're, like, crying, and then suddenly, like, she's grabbing you, and you're like, what? Betrayal? What is happening? Throw up this, like, shield, right? Yeah. And so she's, like, attempting to, like, she like attempted to put handcuffs on you, but now you're, like, surrounded by this shield of, like, hardened air. You know, actually, Nanadu, I forgot you were still floating off in this shield of air that you can't.
No, I brought him down.
Oh, right, because you had control. Yeah. I forgot. I forgot about that part. Yeah. So she's like, she has the handcuffs in her hand, and she looks at you, Jasmine. And she's like, "Is this how we want to do this? You've just killed 2 men.
2 men that were gonna kill you, and then I want to unleash. I want to use 2 more burn points.
Where am I in regards to this right now? Am I about to get burned?
To use overcharge to
automatically get a 10+ on.
Yeah, basically.
So
wait, can I have her actually roll it so I can roll against it?
Basically,
so
all I wanted, I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to escape. So I want to, like.
You're right. You're using it to overcome an obstacle. You're just like getting out of the situation.
Yeah.
Will you try to stop her from doing that?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So we just suddenly see you, like, earth bend like a big pillar of concrete, fly into the air, and then, like, fire shoot away.
Bye.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just a terrified 16-year-old girl.
I know. Yeah.
I'm just like, I ain't going to prison. I just killed 2 bad guys. Like, I have my whole life ahead of me.
Yeah. So I think we fade out from there, and then I think we get, like, a short series of little epilogue scenes. First of which is Nenidu. Where are you when we see you?
Back in the hut.
The hut? The water tower?
The water tower. Sorry, I was calling it the hut. Back in the water tower, just kind of laying there on the what do you call it?
Hammock?
The hammock, yes. I'm tired. Just laying there thinking and, like, obviously, like, processing everything that just happened.
Yeah, so we just see you just laying there, and then I think your
okay,
ferret...
so wait, he kills somebody and it's fine, but then when I kill 2 people,
yeah, I did think about that.
Yeah, and I think so. What we see, right, is we see Grape Nut kind of, like, curl up next to you, and then you hear, like, a knock at the door.
Hey. Wait. This is supposed to be secret base.
Yep.
I want to be sneaky. I want to be straight up creep.
Just sneak out. So I think in this situation, it's just unleashing your powers, because that is, like, to get intel. Yeah, doing straight up creeping is just getting intel.
So unleash my powers. That would be for using like my sneakiness to.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I don't want to escape. I just want to figure out what the heck's going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So sure, do straight up creeping. I was confused.
I just want to say like, okay, what's happening? What's going
Yep.
on?
Makes sense.
That's right. It's gonna appear behind everything. That's helpful.
Cool. Yeah. So I think you can ask one.
Oh yeah, just one question. Expand it.
Oh my gosh, I totally did not realize that I had almost accidentally spelled onyx.
Wait, what?
I was so confused.
We wrote all that stuff.
I know. I was
guys
so
missed a lot.
confused as to why someone drew an onyx to the side.
Do you not see underneath it says
Oh.
Pokemon? Oh yeah.
Oh no, I didn't see that. Yeah.
And oh, that's your mind's eye, Alyssa, that I drew, that opened up.
Wait, I can't see it.
The what?
Your eye that opened up when you.
Oh, over
Had your
there. There
moment.
you go. I see it now.
Wait, where's the eye? I don't see it.
Oh, I see it.
It's off
It's
to
a
the right.
giant eye.
Oh, I see it now. I see it now. That's. I. Dang it. None of these questions are extremely useful. What's the best? Well, it's what's my best way in / out?
Yeah.
But like, it's my own play.
Yeah. I mean, you probably have a secret entrance that you can get
Mhm.
out. Yeah. So you could take that if you want.
I want to like creep out my secret entrance and like try and like also like
Yeah. Try to
see-
look and see who's at the door.
at the same time.
Yeah. Sure. It's some police officers.
Okay, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah. So you just like sneak off into the night.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah. So the next thing we get is with I think with Jasmine. So where does Jasmine end up?
I don't know. Honestly, I think she just like goes into hiding
Yeah.
like for the rest of her life. Like she's just like, I'm never gonna be part of society ever again. Like if she was insecure before about her powers, she's way more insecure now.
She's gonna go and find a ball of ice to sit in for 100 years.
There you go.
Yeah. So I think what we see, I think
I mean,
in
she's
between,
just on the run. Like I think she just
Right.
goes to like an abandoned like place.
Yeah. We see like a dump yard. Gosh, what are they called? A dump. That's what it's called. Just a dump. Yeah, you're like creeping through the wreckage. But I think what happens is this is like a montage, right? And so we get a scene of a dark room, the classic like dark room with monitors, and like a swivel chair, right? And we see a guy, young adult, like sitting in this like swivel chair, and he's kind of like thinking to himself. And he's like looking at like a file on the computer, and we see it like says remix, and we see remix's file, we see Dark Star's file, we see Cleanser's file, and each of them have like a big like
grayed out picture with a red X. over it.
exactly right like deceased like next to their file, right? And the guy like he's like shaking his head and like doing this, and he says. He seems to like think of something, and then he like grabs like his leather jacket like off the like coat and like puts it on and like walks out the door. We see him get on the motorcycle, rev up the engine and like drive away. And then we cut to Phoenix. Majestic Phoenix, you are in your mansion.
Yep.
And
that's where I wanted to be.
Yeah, exactly. You're sitting next to your sister in like the living room, right? And you're sitting in silence.
Sound of silence.
Yeah, you're both sitting in an awkward silence. You're dressed in like formal wear, basically, right? Like and then the door opens, and we see the Iron Starling walk in. This older woman, and she's like in a like a power suit. She walks in.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. And she crosses her arms and she looks at you both and she says, "I'm disappointed." And you both know that he's talking like both of you. Like, and I think for a moment, you actually feel like some sort of solidarity with your sister because your mother's disappointed with both of you at the same time for the first time in ever. Like she often plays you against each other, but like this is the moment where like she's like disappointed with both of you. And so we know we get revealed as the audience like yeah, I think what happens is Iron Starling looks at Royal Raven and says, "You still have no luck regaining your powers?" And Royal Raven just shakes her head and she says, "I think they're gone. It was going to be my time anyway." Her voice kind of like cracks as she says it, and Starling just like tisks. "You should have had more control over it. I was able to get to 27 without you losing my powers."
Wow.
And then she looks at you, Phoenix, and she says, "Well, it looks like you're all we have. Are you willing to live up to the legacy that you have, as of yet, not done a very good job of living up to?"
I turn to my sister and look at her and see that I'm assuming she looks like upset by everything that Mother has said.
Mother knows best.
Yeah.
She comes up behind you and starts braiding your hair.
I love you. And I look
Give
to
me your
her
powers.
and I say, "No, I don't think so."
There's a long pause. And she says, "I'm sorry, I don't think I heard you right."
"No, I don't think so."
So you're going to leave everything. You're going to disgrace this family not only by your actions today, but also your complete lack of shame when it comes to our family name. You're going to doom your daughter to a life of poverty because I will make something very clear. As long as you remain in this town, you will be beaten down to dust no matter where you turn.
Then maybe it's time that my family finds a new town. Would you like to come? I say to my sister.
Make a provoke someone roll.
Okay.
So roll plus superior.
Okay.
You get +1 for influence, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Oh, I hope this works.
And there's a team point left over. Oh.
There's a team point. There's one team
Can
point
I use
left.
the team point?
I mean, someone can spend it for you, yeah.
We're not around.
That's technically true.
I was to say, are we technically a team anymore?
So you can spend it selfishly to shift your labels up by one and put one down, so you could do it.
Okay, I'll do that, and that would have increased superior, I guess, and I'd go down on mundane.
Sure. Cool. Yeah. So what that does is, on a 7 and 9, they can instead choose one. So on a 10+, they would rise to the bait and do what you want. On a 7 and 9, they can instead choose one. But I think she just chooses to rise to the bait and do what you want. I think she looks you in the eyes and she says, And there's like fear there for the first time in a long time, like an abject fear of. I mean, okay, so you guys have always feared your mother, but this is like the first time that like you've seen it in your sister's eyes, that like you can tell what she's about. She's about to like object to her mother. She's about to go against her mother, which is not something that she has ever done before. And she says, "Let's go." And then we cut away.
Excellent.
And the last scene we see is we see Jasmine picking through trash in this dump. And then a motorcycle rides up. The guy in a leather jacket gets off.
Oh, God.
You're being recruited.
And you look behind you, you see this guy, and it's your boyfriend.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and he looks at you and he says, "Jazz, is that you?"
Brandon, what are you doing here?
Someone saw you. I live here now.
The dump?
No,
No.
please, Brandon, get away
Like
from me.
the
No.
town that she ended up in. I live here in the dump.
So, like, how many years is this?
This is like a couple months afterwards. Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's been a year and a couple months now since you've seen him. Yeah, and so you say like, "Get away from me," like I'm dangerous. Yeah. And I think what happens is he looks at you and he says, "No, you're not."
I just start crying. I'm like, you don't know what I've done.
And he walks over to you, like kneels down, like takes you into a hug. And then he says, like, you know, quietly and softly, like, "I don't need to know." But we see the last shot we get is the look in his eyes that makes it very obvious to us that he's actually a villain, and he was definitely behind the entire thing, and now he's gonna recruit you to be in a villain squad.
Oh, I have a request for a final scene.
Yes, sure, yeah, go ahead.
Him making himself a new costume,
Mm-hmm.
and you, as he's putting it together, you see in the background his swords in the trash can.
What does a new costume look like?
Scraps of fabric right now.
It's kind of more of like it kind of has more some more blue undertones and some green, as well as the black.
Mm-hmm.
Just something different so that the police won't recognize.
Right. But then you're also like, you know, putting behind the idea of like stabbing people as a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Awesome. Cool. Well, there you go. That's the last thing we get. This has been Masks. That was so much fun, guys. That was fun.
It was ridiculous.
What a great, excellent actual one shot.
Yeah. It was great.
That didn't go over by like an hour.
I don't know about you guys, but I was pretty proud of that.
That went real dark real fast.
Yeah,
Let's be real.
It really did. But hey, that was all you guys. That was for the first time. That was all y'all.
Well, I knew that the only way you could end the guy is if you just take him down completely.
It's true.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, a terrified 16-year-old doesn't make very good decisions. So.
I mean, yeah, it's totally true.
Especially when you give her like godlike powers for just a couple seconds.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, cool. That was awesome. So yeah, that was Masks. It's always so much fun to play fun stories with you guys, and I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. I'm excited for next week to be back at Terranalias. I was just thinking a bunch about Terranalias today and like coming up with some cool stuff, and I am pumped. I'm ready.
We are for sure doing Terranalias.
As far as I know, I don't think there's any news to the contrary. So
the only thing that could get in the way
was you. Wait,
it's
why?
depending on how I'm moving.
Right.
Just there's the possibility of something going on. I mean, I have my laptop. If something goes wrong, I can just sit there on the bed afterwards and like whatever. You know, it's like I have no clue what's gonna happen next week.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so and then I'm excited because like it sounds like we might have like a bit like what about the next week after that? Do we know about that? Is there anything?
I'll have to look at my calendar.
Yeah.
Jordan will still be in Germany, but I'm pretty sure he's out of country. I don't know if he'll be in Germany.
I don't know. Jordan will join us here in just a little bit, I think, and we'll get to
we can figure that out. But yeah, so I hope that we can do a bit of uninterrupted Turnalius.
I hope so too.
Really exciting. Yeah, because I mean, as much fun as these are, like I really do like doing these one shots. I am just the kind of person who prefers long running campaigns that we keep coming back to more often.
I'm just nervous for what's gonna happen with Tyrannus. We can talk about that later.
Yeah,
it's so excited.
It's much easier too to like to have like have it go more slowly when we do Tyrannus. I'm not as pressured to like make things happen quickly. Like like the one shots are always very high pressure for me because I'm like, okay, gotta wrap everything up, gotta make sure there's foreshadowing and everything that's happening here. But yeah, so there you go. That is Masks. So hopefully, I don't know what I was gonna say actually. I hope that these characters, even if we don't ever come back to them, have good lives and don't kill people again.
I mean, apparently my character is gonna become a villain, so that's gonna happen.
If we come back to these characters, like you don't have to choose that as a thing. Like you don't. We can play that out. I'm like honestly, you're basically Terra, so yeah, that's I'm excited about it.
My boyfriend is Slade.
Yes, your boyfriend is definitely Slade.
Awesome.
Seth, this means you have to watch Teen Titans.
Okay, I got time for that.
Yeah, that's fair. After we finish Avatar the rewatch, we'll do Teen Titans.
So like 3-4 years.
Yeah. All right, we're out.
After we do Avatar: The Last Airbender,
and then Legend of Korra, and then
Dragon
the new
Prince.
Well, I think we were gonna do the new live action.
Oh, we were gonna do the new live action. That's right.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, we'll get there when we get there. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.